What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It is the One Mike Podcast. I am Mike P. We in the building, baby. Jam-packed show today. Jam-packed, you dig? Let's turn it up, let's turn it up. Get into the vibe, baby, get into the vibe. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. And another one. Yeah. And another one. And another one. Hmm. As always, man, jam-packed show. But our first subject gonna be about today, man. It'll be about Thursday night football. We're gonna rock out Thursday night football. You got the 49ers, man. 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle comes in, man, a little banged up. It says Seattle will be shorthanded on defense again for the third straight week. They will probably be ruled. Rule is already ruled out. Byron Murphy, Julian Love is coming in questionable. To me, it's like, okay, how they going to match up against the 49ers, dog? I think the 49ers will get back on the schneid. You know, they 2-3. I look at them as like, hey, they kind of, they wavering a little bit in a certain sense, but they're going to get back on the schneid. I think Brock Purdy going to light that defense up for the most part. Debo goes buck wild every single year on Thursday Night Football. His stats on Thursday Night Football: 26 catches, 407 yards, 2 touchdowns in 4 games on Thursday night. Last year against Seattle, he had nine targets, 7 catches, 79 yards. You did. So look for Debo to have an amazing game. George Kittle's birthday was yesterday. So, hey, I think the momentum is in their favor. I feel like that Seattle just can't match up, man. Like, the 49ers have been losing like weird games to me. Like, I don't even understand how they keep losing games. Like, the Rams game was wild. Even last week was wild. How they lost to the Cardinals. I didn't get it. So I think DK Metcalf will get off far as yards. I don't think he really will have a significant impact because that 49ers defense is still stout. So it's not like, they're gonna give up a whole bunch of stuff over their head. But yeah, I look for the 49ers to go ahead and pull it out for that one. The bet of the day, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the bet of the day. I feel like that, I think it's gonna be an easy watch. I don't think it's really gonna be like a close game. Not to say it'll be like a blowout, but I just think they're gonna impose their will early and often on the Seahawks. So the bet of the day, as we all know, I'm 4-1. I think last week we had Noah Fant for the go over his receiving yards. Today, for this game here, Thursday Night Football, you have Prize Picks, FanDuel, Underdog Fantasy. Please bet responsibly. Please, don't spend the money you can't really pay for your bills. Make sure you pay your bills on time. Do not be out here gambling if you ain't got no money. Simple as that. Pay your bills, then gamble. You did. So to me, the bet of the day, I'm gonna go with George Kittle over. I think it's over is, let me check. Hold up. Let me make sure it's over. It's regular over. You can use like the different over. But George Kittle's over. The bed nap always want to act stupid when I'm trying to get on it. You're freezing, acting dumb. Come on, Cav. Let's see here. George Kittle bed nap is 50.5. So I feel like George Kittle will go over that number. Again, another tight end. I've told y'all numerous times. The league is predicated on field goal kicking and tight end play. That's what the league is headed to. You see all these kickers kicking. I'm going to get a stat together. Kickers kicking all these 50-yard field goals. To me, you're looking at, a scenario where it's like, hey, man, we really are headed towards that. That's really the barometer of kind of where, we're headed to as NFL. Like, the third receiver is not really – think about who's the best third receiver on team these days. they're not touted as you were before with a Welker or that's obviously the New England system, but like Taj Boyd, like he's not looked at as somebody that like Tyler Boyd, they just let him go. Like, okay, Eagles brought in Dotson. They don't even throw in the football. So it's like, I mean, what's the best third receiver in the NFL? We don't have a third receiver. Like Jalen Tolbert finally made a play after 4 years. When I give him his credit, I'm not gonna shit on him. He did a good job. Hopefully he can continue that momentum this week against the Lions. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it like I see where the league is going. I see where the priority is kicking, tight ends. The outside receivers going to do their thing. They're trying to minimize the running back rooms. You already see that too. They want to pay running backs nothing above really $8 million, really. Like like people don't realize Derrick Henry may possibly be the last running back to run for 10,000 yards rushing. He could possibly be the only running back that's going to do it again. He may be the last running back in the Hall of Fame, believe it or not. Because I mean, you may have Jonathan Taylor. You may got if there's the bell cow running back is primarily just trying to get rid of it. A lot of these running backs, they're not durable enough, like Pacheco and Kyron Williams. They're small guys. They get nicked up so easily. You know what I'm saying? So, see McCaffrey, he may literally have a career-ending injury with those Achilles. But he got both Achilles is busted on both of his legs. Ain't played a game yet. So he may not play this, may not play the next coming games. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I can see where the league is going to. So again, another bet with the tight end, George Kittle, will take us over for receiving yards, the bet of the day. You dig? Give me 2 seconds. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Had an important phone call, man. I'm at the gig, so I gotta multitask, maybe. So it is what it is. You heard? So, like we already predicted on the One Mic podcast, Robert Saleh. We said it week 1. If you were here, if you tuned in, I already said it, predicted it. He will be the first coach to be fired. He got fired. Was it the fact he put the patch on the side? Was it the fact that he didn't want it was rumored that he didn't want Nathaniel Hackett calling plays anymore. He was going to demote him. And that's why it gets to the point where we look at Woody Johnson as he's an idiot. Like it's disgusting to me. Like people don't understand that these NFL owners look at these players and these coaches like they own them. It's nothing more than another. It's a high price indentured servitude. That's really what it is, man. Like they still look at you as those N-words on the field, literally on the field. Think about it, psychologically on the field. So when they bring you to the front office, now you in the house. But it's still I'm still controlling everything. You dig? That's the mentality, like from a Jerry Jones to Jim Irsay. These are some David Tepper. These guys are literally individuals that do not have a sense of reality, that do not have a sense of how I say, just a sense of kinship, so to speak, like a business relationship. They look at it like, I run the show, you work for me, I'm telling you what to do. Like you hired that man, and then you didn't even let him coach the team. You bring a quarterback in that supposedly hasn't done anything in the past 3 or 4 years, as far as winning a Super Bowl, as far as winning in the playoffs at all. You missed the whole year, and then you sit up here and you go for and you allow him to make his decision based off, how he feels. When you hire a head coach, you want that coach to be the head coach. That's it. Period. Point blank. I don't want to be somewhere where you're like a glorified supervisor. Like you just tell people what to do based on what I'm telling you what to do. That's not. So you just take the fall for everybody. So if it goes good, it goes bad. What they do is they put black coaches in there, and they want them to be the scapegoats. So they build everything back up, get the draft picks, get the players, and then when they fail, they can move on and get the coach that they really want, like a David Culley. He was in the same situation. Look at Houston now. They brought him in, have a failure year, get a high draft pick, move on. You did. It's craziness. It's downright disgusting. What is it? What is this fool name? I think Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson. It's ridiculous, man. He's a clown. They're like, what has he done? The Jets have been inept. It's been disgustingly bad since he's been there, man. It's utterly ridiculous to me that you can actually still have a franchise in the NFL and you just do disgustingly bad business. You just you're running people off, you're running coaches off. But again, I told y'all before, collective bargaining. That's what allows them to fester because their bottom line is never bothered. So what's the non-incentive of frying him? Okay, what's the non-incentive of losing? If I know at the end of the year or beginning of the year, whenever the fiscal year, I think the fiscal year is in January, I believe, in the NFL, they're going to get a certain amount of money based off a TV contract that everybody in the league gets. Whether you lose, whether you win, you get the same exact amount of money. So again, what's the incentive of winning? There is none. If I'm Jerry Jones, I make $11 billion and my job is upticking every single year. What's the incentive of winning? This is a business to these people. This is not football. It's a business. So that's why you got to compartmentalize and get yourself out of that perspective. They did Robert Saleh wrong. If I'm Robert Saleh, I'm going back to the 49ers. Simple as that. I want a one-way ticket back to the 49ers immediately. You heard? Because that's disgusting, man. You don't do nobody like that. For real. Now, to our next segment, everybody's favorite segment, the Spirit. Do we have a doozy today? Come on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, sir. We in the building, baby. Woo. Man. When I tell you, this one here, bro, I'm going to just let them cook. Shout out to Rez and shout out to 25 helping your boy out. I'm going to just let them cook. That's it. I'm going to just let them cook.
Favorites, if you will. And that's Dane Wigington. And he heads Geoengineering Watch. He's got some interesting comments today in connection with the vicious Hurricane Helene that has done so much damage to us. Welcome, Dane.
Thank you for your continued attention to what's occurring in our skies, Colonel McGregor. This is nothing short of all-out weather warfare at this point. We can speculate about the agendas and objectives being carried out, but the fact that these storms are absolutely being manipulated and steered is inarguable. The denial of this fact is absolutely ludicrous at this point. We know the U.S. military and others around the globe, but U.S. military has been engaged in these operations since 1947, Project Cirrus. How far have they come since that point? So the cyclones are being kept weakened over water with manipulation of atmospheric pressure zones. And once they're near enough to the land-based network of frequency transmitters, the NEXRAD network, they are steered. And that steering is incredibly inarguable if we look at the animation of the frequency transmissions and their interaction with the storm, in this case, Hurricane Helene. We recorded that, and that video, if we can roll that now, the interaction is absolutely inarguable.
Good.
Result of natural processes and climate patterns, or was it manipulated? The circular blue flashes seen in this video are frequency transmissions from the NEXRAD network of transmitter installations. All available science evidence makes clear that atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a repelling effect on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with electrically conductive nanoparticles. The brighter the blue flash from a frequency transmission installation, the more pronounced and powerful the repelling effect on any air mass or storm in the vicinity will be. Where there are no blue flashes, there is no transmission, thus no repelling effect, thus no resistance for a migrating storm. Translation: a migrating storm will be hindered from moving toward frequency transmissions and will easily migrate in a direction with no transmissions. So again, I ask, was Hurricane Helene's path and behavior just an act of nature, or was it engineered? You decide.
Well,
I'm
Dane,
curious. Yes.
the question here is, how does this hurricane's path differ from others that we've seen?
And there you go. I don't understand what more do we have to say at this point? To me, what more do we have to say? I've told you before. I've said it again. I knew for a fact that these things are not adding up, and then to couple that with the fact that that area, to couple that with the fact that that area is under contract. Little did we know they are under contract from a lithium mine in the mountains of North Carolina. The DoD has entered an agreement to expand the domestic lithium mining for U.S. batteries and supply. The offices of the Assistant Secretary of the Industrial Base Policy, through its manufacturing capability, expansion, investment priority of the MCEIP office, entered an agreement with a corporation to support the expansion of domestic mining and production of lithium. The $90 million agreement was agreed upon a couple of days ago. So again, why do we have to sit up here and make up stuff for? Nobody's making this stuff up. This is actually in literature. Congress just admitted today that these things are happening, that they are manipulating the weather. There's a bunch of patents already on manipulating weather. So we're not making this up. Nobody's trying to scare nobody with the quote unquote conspiracy word. No. These are things that are factual evidence that you can look up for your own self if you decide to read, if you decide to investigate. That's it. It's very simple. There's no type of boogeyman theory here. There's no other thing. These things are all connected, man. Another tidbit for you to give you. Duke Energy is preparing over 1 million customers without power in Florida for the other Hurricane Milton. Duke Energy also owns the dams that release the water in North Carolina. They also own Hawaii Electrical and with the Maui fires. Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are the top shareholders in Duke Energy. We're supposed to believe that these people are not doing this on purpose, bro? They're trying to get land and they're stealing land, literally. They're using these companies as conglomerates, coming together, putting their money together, and they're going out natural disasters. And again, eminent domain, they're taking people's land. When you go back to your land and it says, okay, my land is still here and my house is still up, but my car is over there, stuff is everywhere, it's flooded, it's still my land. They put an eminent domain on it. Now it's the city's land. Now it's the county's land or whoever's land. And now you got to leave. But they got to hopefully pay you some money. But what are people that passed away? People that just don't want to come back. They taking that land for free. Now they can get it. They got projects that's projected for 10 years. They don't just do things for right now. These are projects projected for 10 years. That project in North Carolina is projected from 2025 to 2030. So to me, we had to just get right and exact and be wise and have a clear understanding. These things are not happening for no reason, man. These things are happening on purpose. And it's our job to call it out. It's our job to stop it, to talk about it when we have forums, when we ask the presidency about these certain things, or we at our city council meetings, or we at these different meetings. We had to just get to a point we had to start protesting and shutting them down, period, point blank. Simple as that. Don't pay no bills, don't pay nothing. So that's the only way you can control something is by controlling your resources. That's it. And all of our resources have been controlled by somebody else. So again, like Gil Scott-Heron said eloquently, whoever controls your resources controls your world. So when they say it's time to dance, it's time to dance. That's why everybody go out and do their thing every single day. And the wheel just keeps spinning. These things keep happening. People dying. People losing everything. They don't care. They already want depopulation anyway. So you're depopulating, and at the same time, you're stealing land for these projects that you got coming up. And they want you in a society where you own nothing. You own no home. You own electric cars. So they can control electric because y'all know a shut-off valves in every car. Biden is the one that made that announcement in his presidency that there will be shut-off valves in every single car that you buy new. Every EV that you buy, it will be a shut-off valve in it. They can control it through the car. So at the end of the day, it's about control. Life is about control. They want to control you. They want to put Neuralink in your mind. They control you. So you can they have no resistance. They can just do whatever they please and they can just get all the money and have everything to themselves. They're selfish devils at the end of the day. So we can't ever get locked into that mentality and believe these things people are doing. It's silly because we are one human race, so we got to sit together. We have to make sure that these things do not keep going and keep perpetuating in our country. Straight up, though. That's the most hurtful thing to see. These are the things that are going down on a regular basis. Give me 2 seconds. A lot of bull job going on. So that's been my episode not episode, pardon me. That's been the segment for Conspiracy and Truth, or Truth. To me, it's bull job going on, bro. We got to get right and exact, for sure. Bottom line. Some game a little bit. Sorry. I feel like we got Packers and Cardinals will be a good game this week. We got Patriots, and I can see this Texas game be a sneaky good game as well. They play each other well. Bucks and Saints will be a really good game. Eagles and Browns, I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Browns. Do not sleep on the Browns, y'all. Cardinals and Ravens, this could be Redskins and Ravens will be a good game. Broncos and Chargers will be definitely be a good game. Cowboys and Lions, really another good game. I think we got a jam-packed slate. Falcons and Panthers could be good too. Bengals and Giants would be a good game too, for sure. But yeah, man, this even in Alpaca, Mexico, it was another hurricane that just happened that nobody's talking about. They just cleared out the whole junk 2 days ago. So like they give you the news that they want you to know and they want you to operate on. You got to have the knowledge yourself to know and read and look beyond what they're trying to give you every single day. That's the key, man. That is the key. So, again, another episode of the One Mic Podcast, man. I apologize for jumping this today. I'm trying to make things happen, man. You dig? But I gave you a nice preview for tonight's Thursday night game. Again, You just go back and look at the truth. It's all truth, man. No conspiracy in it to me. All truth. Whether engineering does happen, we have to make sure we abreast of those things. Getting better today, we're Skittle over receiving yards, 50.5. Man, Mike P, baby. On my podcast, make sure you please like, share, comment, subscribe. Go subscribe right now on YouTube. One Mike Podcast. You heard? Nothing but love. Hope y'all enjoy y'all day, man. We'll talk. See you when I see you.